my group doesn't know that I got detained by this Russian officer.
It's your boy, Bert Kreischer, the Machine. Have fun with this.
I went to Russia as well. And I have a Russia story.
Seriously?
And because you killed it with your machine story, I can never tell it.
Wait, what's your Russian story?
You killed it so hard, I'm not allowed to talk about it. That's how I feel. I swear to God.
Wait, what's your Russian story?
In 1990, I'm 45 years old.
Okay.
So out of high school, 18 years old, there was this program called People to People.
1990 is right. The wall had fallen.
It was about to fall. It had when I went. It had no. It was Gorbachev.
Oh, Russia.
Gorbachev
Okay,
was
yeah.
still the dude.
Yeah.
And there was this program called People to People, founded by Dwight D. Eisenhower. Blah blah blah. It's basically the youth of America goes to other countries to party with the youth of other countries, just to befriend them and in the hopes of making a friend in another country and not bomb them. It's kind of a peace mission, right?
Yeah.
So
I love this.
I didn't even know about this. I didn't know about it, but my brother made straight A's in high school. My brother's smart as shit. He's a civil engineer. Like, he builds buildings and bridges. My brother's the smart one.
Yeah.
And good looking. I hate this motherfucker. I love you, Jason. But he was chosen. They find kids. They go like, this dude's he's gonna be a people to people person. Now when they choose you, you're allowed to bring a friend.
Shut the fuck up.
So my dad goes, "You're taking your brother." So I was by default went to. I didn't want to go.
1990. You were just in college.
Yeah, I was 18. I had just graduated high school.
Oh shit.
I'm 45 years old. In 1990, I was 18, and I was like, "Fuck that! I want to hang out with my friends. I want to go to the beach. I'm not going to Chernobyl. I'm not going to fucking, Russia.
Yeah.
Like, I want to do this." But my dad's like, "No, you're going. So I was there for 3 weeks, and I also got arrested.
Hold on. So wait, tell me this story.
This is why I can never talk about it.
Tell me the story.
I'm so happy to be doing this with you because I wanted to tell you this for a long time.
Tell me the story.
Because you're so famous for this, your machine story, which, by the way, is goddamn hilarious.
It's so funny you say that because I'm like concerned like that's all like because I go to my shows and I literally from the second I step on stage until I get off they're just yelling the machine.
You have to be topless all the time.
I have to tell it all.
Not just that, but also like you have to take your shirt off.
Oh yeah.
Which, by the way, is awesome.
Segura.
I wish I could have done that. That's a smart move. I don't want to wear shirts.
I don't wear shirts sometimes. Someone said to me, "You're really good at taking off your shirt." And I go, "I do it all the time."
Yeah.
I go, "So do you." Segura called me one time. He goes, "Are you taking off your shirt for your next special?" And I go, "I guess so." And he lost it laughing. And he goes, "You'll have to do that for the rest of your life. You'll have to do that for the rest of your life."
Honestly, do the next one with no pants and a shirt.
Yeah,
but not like just like like a box, like a tidy whitey thing.
I've overthought what like. It's so funny. I took my shirt off for the first time because I didn't want to. I'm
killing the citron, by the way.
Kill it. I don't like thinking about what to wear on stage.
Yeah.
Like when you said I wore flannels, I go, "Oh, that's got to be so warming to know what you have to wear every time and just have like an outfit you can go to."
Yeah.
Like for me, it was t-shirts for a long time.
Yeah.
But then I started looking so fat in t-shirts. I was like, that doesn't look good.
Yeah.
Now it makes me feel very warm to go. It doesn't matter what shirt I put on,
right?
Because it's coming off the second I'm on stage, and then that's what I wear. I just wear jeans and shoes.
Dude, do you sell? I know you have merchandise, but do you sell a T-shirt? You should sell a T-shirt.
It's very
that
expensive.
is Velcro that just like fucking rips off.
Oh no, the one we want to sell is a picture of my wife and I, picture of my chest and arms and back. Put it on a T-shirt and just so people can put on a shirt that is me shirtless, but it's really expensive to make.
Yeah, well, those are because they're real images.
Yeah, they're real images. So wait. So you go to Russia in 1990?
I'll fill you in. 1990, people to people. I go to Russia.
What part?
I went to Moscow. I went to the Ukraine.
Yeah.
But when it was the Soviet Union.
Kiev? Or not Kiev?
No, I did not go to Kiev.
Yeah.
By the way, I'll give you all my Russian. Right? Хорошо, привет, как дела? Я не понимаю, пожалуйста. So that's all I know. I think I said hello, thank you, goodbye. What time is it? Or some shit.
All I can say is I work pussy.
Basically, I was the misfit that got allowed to go with these smart people to Russia. Okay. No, I'm not. My dad begged me go. I didn't want to go.
By the way, I was the misfit that got to go with smart people to Russia too.
Is that right?
Yeah, because I didn't know how to speak Russian. I just had gotten into class so that I could get a C, and then they're like, if you go, you get a minor. So all these kids were serious about Russian,
Right.
And I was like, fuck it, I'm going to party with the mob.
And by the way, for your listeners, I'm going to send you these pictures. I have proof of this. I'm going to send you pictures.
I got pictures. I got pictures of everyone. Everyone in from the whole trip in my fucking whatchamacallit.
All right, good. I'm going to send you 5 pictures. Okay, so now, I think the city we were in when this happened, I forget where it was. Anyway, I'm hanging out. Basically, we had to go do these appearances as Americans. And by the way, back then, they loved anything American. They loved jeans. They loved bubble gum. They loved ink pens that had English writing on it because it was from America. They loved anything American. So my mother worked at a phone company, and she just gave me 100 pens. Like, just give these out as a gift, a small, tiny gift. Just give them an ink pen.
Yeah.
So I meet this dude at this event that we're doing as these Americans, just hanging out, watching their event. I think that we saw a lot of dances. We saw a lot of.
Did you go to the circus where they make the bears walk on tightropes?
I didn't see that one. Very similar. It wasn't a 3-ring circus. It was just 2-ring. But we did do a lot of that shit.
Yeah.
And I mean, we were all. I can't even remember half the cities we did. But anyway, so now the misfit and me, I just want to. And by the way, they speak perfect English over there.
Yeah.
These fuckers, we're the idiots. We're the only ones who don't speak any other languages.
Yeah.
They know English. So I'm talking to this Russian kid. I'm like, hey, man, teach me some Russian cuss words. Like, how do you say motherfucker?
Yeah.
You know, and we're just bonding, 2 little misfits hanging out, smoking cigarettes. And I go, you're hilarious, man. Let's be pen pals. This was 1990, before the internet. Now, look up. I want you to look up pen pals.
Pen pals.
No one's going to know what that is.
I got a pen pal, I think, from China.
Do you?
I know that.
Do you have one?
There was a magazine you could write in and ask for a pen pal in the back of this magazine. And I wrote in and said I wanted a pen pal.
Yeah.
So they wrote a letter to me, and then I just never wrote back. I was like, cool, thank you.
Yeah.
That's what I was looking for.
Well, that's what happens eventually.
Yeah.
We just get like, why am I talking to this? I don't know this dude.
Yeah.
But I'm like, in that moment,
Pen pal.
I'm like, we should stay in touch. You're hilarious. Let's be pen pals.
Yeah.
Now, at this event that we were at, they had this little souvenir that they had made, where it was an American flag mixed in with a fucking Soviet flag. So it was like the red, white, and blue mixed with the sickle and hammer.
Okay.
And there was like an eagle in it and a fucking bear. It's a really cool design.
People don't remember how much we were enemies.
No, right.
Like, we were them and ISIS. Like,
Yeah.
that was us. We hated them.
It was.
You were allowed to hate them out loud.
Yeah.
Like, it was.
I thought I was going to die. I thought they were going to nuke us.
My dad used to say stuff like,
I thought I was going to have a nuclear war when I was like 16.
yeah. Oh, I definitely thought there was a movie that came out the day after, I think, that was all about, yeah. And
My parents didn't let me watch it.
I never learned how to play soccer because we hated them so much. Like, my dad's like, what are you, a pinko commie? No, you play baseball. You're an American.
That's right.
And I played baseball.
Yeah. That's America.
Yeah. So
You're going to eat this apple pie.
You're at this event.
So, yeah. So, okay. So, in this moment where he's teaching me Russian cuss words and I have this ink pen, I'm like, let's be pen pals. And he has the fucking piece of paper that has the flags mixed together. And I go, cool, I'll just write my address on this. And so I wrote my address down and I gave him the ink pen as a souvenir.
Yeah.
And he gave me his address. Now, what I didn't know was that this dude was notorious for trading shit illegally on the black market. Bert, this is all true shit. It's why I'm afraid to talk about it, because your story is so fucking good.
Is this guy was notorious for trading shit on the black market. What I didn't know.
I didn't know.
Oh,
You were smoking cigarettes, learning motherfucker.
I
want to be your best friend.
I one time went to Toronto. No, which one's on the West Coast?
West
Or East Coast? East Coast. Is it?
East is Montreal.
Maybe
West
I don't know.
is Vancouver. In the middle is Toronto.
I think I went to Toronto.
Okay.
And I had brought $6,000 cash in Canadian cash because I wanted to buy diamond earrings for my wife.
That's awesome.
And I had I'd always had this merch money, and I'd always keep Canadian merch money. I just keep it and hold on to it. It's not money I miss, and then I always figure one day I'll take my family up, we'll go on vacation to Banff or something. Yeah. And so I accrued all this money. I go, fuck it, I'll buy her diamond rings. And so
in Canada,
I was like,
probably cheaper.
Well, it's 100% cheaper because I don't count that as real money.
Right.
And so
that's right.
So I go to Canada.
They're real diamonds.
I do this show. I have the $6,000 in my pocket because I don't want to let it go of it. And I get in a car with this guy, and he goes, "Hey, you mind if we give my buddy a ride?" Now, what I didn't know is his buddy was one of the biggest Coke dealers in Canada and happened to have exactly $6,000 worth of Coke on him.
Some of the best stories start with what I didn't know.
What I didn't know. That's fucking great. Oh, that's
so this dude
great.
Apparently was this Russian kid. Yeah. I'm saying he was 20. I was 18. I don't know. He's in my age group, you know. So these police officers see us. They just see me handing him a pen. They see him handing me a piece of paper. In their brain, we're trading some shit illegally.
And at the time, I happen to have hand cramps, and I'm going, 5, 10, I want 25 of them.
Right. And I had this huge box of blue jeans behind me. But, so... And by the way, I was like, you know, I was a misfit. I'm not supposed to be there. I'm not hanging out with the nerds that were actually smart. I'm like off by myself talking to a Russian dude smoking a cigarette. Yeah. So my group doesn't know that I got detained by this Russian officer who came over. He grabbed both of us and he took us into the hotel, went back in some fucking office, and I'm sweating bullets. You know, I'm thinking I'm going to fucking, you know, what's that? God damn it, what's that place in Russia?
The Gulag?
No.
Siberia.
I'm thinking I'm going to Siberia. And the Russian officer does not speak English. I don't speak Russian.
This guy goes, I'll translate, don't worry.
Our interpreter is the guy who fucked me over in this.
Shut up.
This deal. So he grabs us, and there's this moment where we're in this office, and they're yelling at each other in Russian. And I'm like, what the fuck is this?
What are you guys saying?
I'm like, dude, what's going on, man? What's happening? He goes, do not worry about it. This is bullshit. I got this. Do not worry about it. I'm like, what the fuck? And they cuss. Now, the officer, at some point, points to that guy and goes, like, waves him out. Like, get out of here. Leave. Now, here's me and this dude. He doesn't speak English. I don't speak Russian. But we're just staring at each other. And he looks at me, and he makes a sign like, the check, like, do you have an ink pen?
Yeah.
He looks at me and goes like this, like, I will need an ink pen. I go, that's kind of why I'm in here, right? I've got a fucking bag of ink pens because my mother gave them to me to hand out to people as a souvenir. I'm like, yeah, I got a fucking ink pen.
Straight gold. I'm the ink pen guy. That's my thing.
How many do you want?
Jesus did miracles. I give ink pens.
So I'm like, but I thought like maybe it's a trick question.
Yeah.
Was you trying to trap me? Yeah. So I just handed him an ink pen, and he looked at it, and he's like, oh, cool. He's hitting the fucking button. He's like, he's looking at it, reading the fucking, it said Centel. It was a fucking phone company. Nothing exotic.
Yeah.
But it was English. He's like, oh, yeah. And so he starts filling out a form with my ink pen that I just gave him. He's writing out this form, and then he leaves. Now, I'm sitting in this office by myself. My people don't know that I've been detained by this Russian officer.
Straight up locked up abroad.
I'm fucking shitting bullets. Then he comes out 2 minutes later, and he had a pendant that was that had wings coming out of it. It was a straight up sickle and hammer. It was like an emblem type, something you put on a hat, or you know. And he goes and he handed it to me, and then he motioned me like out, like go. So he arrested me for trading. Then he traded with me. That's exactly what happened.
Oh, shut the fuck up.
Yeah.
It's like someone finding drugs on you and then lighting the joint with you. And
that's exactly what happened. He goes, you fuckers can't do that. Brings us back to the office, kicks that guy out, takes my pen, and gives me a hammer. Oh. And then, like, that's it. So that's my Russia story. But I was there for 3 weeks in 1990. I'm going to send you pictures. I had a fanny pack. I went to Moscow. I saw Lenin's tomb. I was in Red Square.
Tomb. Yeah, yep. Red Square was
saw
great.
All that shit. Yeah.
I was the most hungover I've ever been in my entire life. That was right after we were off the train. We went straight to Lenin Square.
Mm-hmm.